Hey everybody, this is a look at the LEGO Series 5 collectible minifigures from 2011. The first figure on the collection sheet is this graduate who came with a certificate of graduation, printed tile piece there, has a special cut single cloth piece that's draped over him front and back, and you would have to spend a little bit of time to get that to fold properly. It has a little bit of extra print that's not normally visible underneath that, but again, with the folding, just doesn't like to lay flat until you get it just right. Had the special graduation cap piece as well. Looking underneath from back here, no print to be seen on the back of the torso, but none was really necessary. It's a pretty straightforward figure with the cloth piece and the cap being the special things. This one was called Gladiator, with the gladius as his weapon and a print on the side of the arm there, which matches the color of the helmet. The helmet itself is an interesting color. It has a good deal of red in it, and it's slightly polychromatic. You know, it has just a little bit of iridescence to it. It's not quite completely gold, almost has a little bit of a copperish note to it. A little bit of print on the side of the legs here as well. Notice that on that helmet, the eyes of the figure underneath of the head actually line up with two of the holes in the center. And then when you take this big old helmet off, you see that he's got a face that shows that he's ready to go to battle. This is the Royal Guard, and he goes back to the standard metallic gold paint color for the print used on the chin strap, and also some of the elements on the torso print as well, as is mostly ceremonial weapon there, and no print to be seen on the back of this one. There is just a little bit of print that's hidden by default when you have them fully set up, but you can see the rest of the face there. Basically, it's just showing more of the eyebrows, and the chin strap goes all the way up to the top of the head. LEGO really likes fishing, don't they? Here's another Fisherman. This one's called the Ice Fisherman, and he once again comes with that string piece with the bar at the end of it to allow you to attach a fish just straight on, and it's a sand green fish there. I did intentionally put the hand quote-unquote upside down just to hold that in closer to his body. I'm actually not a big fan of the prints on the torso or hips or legs here, just the kind of style of it. I understand what they're going for, but this one just didn't work that well for me. However, I really like the hood. The colors used there, I think, worked out really well. I'm glad that they were able to continue to use that one. This one's also pretty plain looking from behind, but again, the hood really makes this one for me, in addition to the sand green fish. This is the Cave Woman, and I really like the fact that they went with a young woman for this archetype rather than going with somebody older or ugly looking to kind of be extra stylized. You know, it's just a young woman from that era when we were cave people, and she's trying to accessorize and trying to look cute with the small top and the bone in her hair with the hair up. The hair piece is actually a rubber piece, so it's able to hold on to the bone piece there. You see just a little bit more of her face when you take that off, and she's got her eyelashes done up. And I also really like the touch of the obsidian necklace that she's got, her pendant there. Lizard Man was a popular one in its day, and it still is to this day, and understandably so. It's a pretty cool looking figure. If you just look at the head and just ignore the minifig part of it underneath, that's actually a pretty nice design with a nice flow to it. This is all done in bright green, not the standard green, so it really stands out. You know, you throw this into a bucket of figures and you'll still be able to pick this one out very quickly and easily. And taking that headpiece off, he's actually pretty happy underneath it there, pretty happy for all the attention that he's gotten. And this shows you how the tail is a big long piece that's just draped around his neck. I definitely like this Zookeeper, both for the figure and for the young chimpanzee. I believe this was the first use of that mold there. It's a cool looking one, and you can kind of attach it around bars, make it hang off of things, and also the stud attachment on its base, just a single one. A little bit of print around the side of the legs, once again, to show that she's wearing shorts, but there's nothing else to be seen on the back. She did come with that banana though, so it's one additional fruit item to add to your food collection. It is a shame that the chimp cannot hold that banana though. The Lumberjack is another nice one, just a regular dude. He's got a plaid shirt on, and the plaid print is continued into the arms, both arms, and he's got the special unique print for his cap there as well. Around the back, more of the plaid. See, that really wraps around pretty well. Would have been nice to get that plaid going a little bit more around the arms. I'm fine with it not being on the sides of the torso, but would have been nice to see that wrap just in just a little bit more. But he also came with this axe, which is another nice piece that's printed around both sides, and that's a good durable paint application. And the pants there are done in sand blue, which is a fairly uncommon color. Lots of good stuff here. This is the small clown, the token extra bright and vibrantly colored figure of this series. Did come with that cream pie there, and the short legs to make him be small. Everything else is standard sized. It's an interesting face. I'll take that hat off, which also has an exclusive print. I don't think this was done in this blue color before either, but you take the hat off and you can see that his eyebrows go up a lot farther and kind of multiplies his expression a little bit. So I think that putting the hat on just part way kind of helps with that. As soon as you bring it down, it kind of takes some of his expression away. This one was called Fitness Instructor, and she's doing her best to channel the 1980s, even to the point of having a boom box, and it's in the light lavender color. Standard print for that one, but they just changed up the colors. Gosh, this one is, I don't know, a little bit cringe-worthy to me with just the color combination, and it's supposed to be, I'm pretty sure. She's also got her sweatband on that's printed into the head piece there. The hair piece itself is actually pretty cool, and this one is another that really stands out. I'd say this one stands out for all the wrong reasons, and that is, again, definitely the intent here. It's very stylized and really trying to capture a little bit of history, I'd say. This is not supposed to be Sherlock Holmes, but gosh, it looks like it's trying to be Sherlock Holmes. Officially, it's just detective. I really like the cap here with the double bills and the print on the side there. That is nicely done. That the shaping of the pattern there just really makes that feel like or look like it would feel cloth to me. It's a little bit shiny, but that's okay. And I really like the print on the torso, the dark bluish gray magnifying glass compared to the normal black color. And the face on this one is good as well. It's another one where you see a lot more of the expression when you take the headgear off, unfortunately. The eyebrows especially really stand out on this one, but you bring that down and kind of hides some of that away. You have to look from underneath, but this one is pretty good overall, I'd say. Now, there's a lot to look at with this evil dwarf figure. First of all, print on the shield. So the shield itself is gunmetal gray, matches the blades of the axe, double-sided axe there. Also, his helmet is done in that gunmetal gray color. There's no print on the back of this one. Dark brown, short legs. I'm not sure if that was the first time those were done in that color, but it remains uncommon to this day. You take off the helmet and you see more of his face. So this is how he would normally look. He's just bald like that. But then you've also got the big beard piece. You take that off and there's a lot more print to be seen underneath. Not just for his face, but for that torso with more metallic printing. That's the kind of coppery color as well. And it looks really good. A lot went into this small figure. The name of this guy is no surprise. He's the Boxer, and he's got a great set of headgear there. It's one piece, and a pair of gloves. Now, notice that the gloves are not the same because they had to make one for the right hand and one for the left hand. So 3 different molds specialized for this character here, and all of them look good. He's got trunks on, so a little bit of yellow comes through the legs to show skin tone showing through there. Nothing on the back. No print whatsoever, but I think that's okay. I think this is a really cool looking character. Got a little bit of gold on there, makes him stand out a little bit. Got even the gold mouth guard in his mouth as well. Yeah, it's cool. Still more gold printing again with the Cleopatra-inspired Egyptian queen figure here. This one's really nice. Really nice prints on the torso and also the kind of stand-in for legs, the slope piece, and it's just too bad there's a little bit of gap at the top of that, but the level of detail here is really nice in the prints. And there's also some printing done on the headgear, the hair piece there. You can't really see it so much from here, and because she doesn't have regular minifigure legs, you can't bend her, but I can just show you that a little bit better on the top with the winged scarab design. Say, what kind of a racket are you running there anyway, huh? This is the Gangster. And who says Lego doesn't do realistic styled guns? Realistic styled revolver there. And he's also got his case, his violin case, which is something that the revolver could actually be hidden in, because that's done as a suitcase piece. It's made from a softer plastic material. You can open that up just like the regular Lego suitcases, and it actually takes a little bit more force than those to open, but there is plenty of space on the inside of there. Like I said, you can put the revolver inside of it, and there's just a little bit more print to see on his face. Not too much of it, fortunately, gets hidden by the hat. And that brings me to the very last figure in this series. It's the Snowboarder guy with an exclusive printed snowboard. They do really nice with their prints on their boards. All types of boards they do, longboards, snowboards, skateboards, all the boards that get prints. Even the ones with stickers are pretty cool too. And this is a very useful torso piece, because if you want, you know, if you were able to get a bunch of these, you could just swap out the hands for yellow ones and then just use this for any regular person around a town. Not a lot more to see there. This would have been a great one to get a secondary face on, to have the goggles up, but you know, it's just the way that it was done, and it's pretty good looking, dark blue color for his cap there, and comes down around the sides pretty nicely. That's actually a pretty nicely molded piece for what it is, you know, for something that's really so simple in what it does, but it looks nice level of detail. And of course he can ride on the snowboard with the two studs there, and that's it. Just in my personal opinion, this is not one of my favorite of the series that they've done, but again, a nice wide variety of different themes covered here. If I had to pick out my top three, they would definitely be the Zookeeper, the Lizard guy, and in this case, the Lumberjack as well, but the Cave Woman is right up there near the top as well. Post up a comment with your favorite or your top three out of this series, and let me know what you think about the entire collection here. Stay tuned for more of my videos, because more are on the way, so I'll be talking to you again very soon.